right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, we're going. John, they tell me that this is a young man's sport, but you are 46.
Yes, indeed. Yes, but I can still give the youngsters a run for their money out there. That's for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
They tell me, well, Mark tells me that you're probably one of his toughest threats of the weekend.
Yes, this year it's been very hard to out-qualify him. He drives the car smoothly and quickly, and it's a recent car and it's well set up. But if I've been with him, I'm always got a good chance of beating him. We've had some very good races, and he can never relax if I'm there. And yeah, I've beaten him a few times this year, so yeah.
What is the attraction for you of Formula 4? Because I've always understood it to be the stepping stone towards Formula 1.
Well, it's I've always wanted to do racing when I was younger, never had the money, same old story. I came straight into Formula 4, not karts, and it's my the only level I can afford to race in, basically. Over the years it took me a while to get on the pace, but now I'm difficult to beat at times, and I can't go up the ladder because I'm too old and I can't afford it, basically, but I've had good support from my sponsor, Technic, and Trevor always prepares the car well, but it's very much a club effort. You know, I just turn up on the Sunday and do the best I can, really.
And more than a passing resemblance to Stirling Moss?
So they say, yes, yes. In fact, yes, he comes up and asks for the autograph, you know, when he's passing by. But it's nice, actually. Some guys come up and ask for your autograph, and I don't even know if they know who I am, really, but...
Is the resemblance to Stirling reflected on the track?
I was probably marginally quicker in Formula Ford, I'd say, yeah. I'd like to think so, anyway.
Great, and looking forward to the weekend, obviously.
Yes, it's good fun. It's a lottery. Like I say, on form, there's nobody I can't beat out there if my stamina holds up. But, you know, in past years, I've ended up in the gravel on the first corner of the first lap. But you never know. I'll try and show for the local lads and everybody. So, hope for the best.
I wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Great.
Just turn over the shoulder.
But getting on that way. Then we have number 79, 68, Neil Blundell, but no time for all that because there they go. And Mark has immediately gone into the lead. Mark Martin from John Dean. I didn't even mention Robert, the Australian, in a car that he's preparing himself, but with a bit of help from Glenn Searle and of course the Searle engines. I'm optimistic that he'll get it going and become competitive, but Johnny Hayden is demonstrating that he is a force to be reckoned with, and he's gone sailing through on the inside as they go to Surtees. So Johnny Hayden takes the lead, and Mark Marchant comes straight back at him and goes through on the inside to take it back as they go into clearways, and Johnny Hayden comes back again on the inside as they come round the outside and onto Brabham Straight. This is the stuff that the champion of brands is made of. Johnny Hayden leads at the end of the first lap from Mark Marchant, and Simon Hill is there. The three of them together, this is what we're after. Hayden leads from Mark Marchant and Simon Hill. The trio going up into Druitt. Simon trying to find a way past Mark Marchant, but can't quite do it. Now, by golly, that woke me up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it woke you up too. Here's Hayden along Cooper Straight with Mark Marchant right in behind. Now, of course, one thing that the season of last year taught us is that if Johnny Hayden gets in front, he's a very difficult bloke to get past. And poor old Moss Thorpe, the late Moss Thorpe, but we do miss him. Poor old Moss, he had some real tangles with Johnny Hayden. And so Mark and even RF90 and Johnny Hayden, he's beginning to look really as though he's got the legs of Mark Marchant, because I won't say he pulled away, he hasn't. All of half a length in it, but now Mark looked quick through the left-hander and Graham Hill bend there, certainly closed up. I think he's taken a big deep breath and stands back and says, on the call, and do this thing the right way. So, he follows Johnny Hayden. Of course, the trouble is he's not only trying to get past Johnny Hayden, he's also using his mirrors and making sure that he doesn't let Simon Hill in. So, as they come up to the cross the line, it's Hayden under pressure from Mark Marchant. Mark going all the way around the outside. He's got Johnny Hayden. But he can't quite do it. And he gets off beautifully nicely done by Mark Marchant, and he's up on the inside as they go into Druid. Side by side they are, and Johnny goes all the way round the outside. It's wonderful stuff this, and he's on the inside as they come down into Graham Hill there. Side by side they are, and Mark hangs on in there side by side along Cooper Straight. Simon Hill there, and Robert Dercon is getting in on the axe, and Johnny Hayes finally shades it going into 30s. But now Marchant comes through this and got to end this here. They're still side by side. Well, Johnny Hayes goes around the outside and clearways, and he hangs on in there. Wonderful stuff. So Johnny Hayes coming up to the completion of yet another lap, 49.22, and Simon Hill up to the inside, and he's on the inside of Mark Marchant, but no Mark lifts the score, and he's right there to challenge Johnny Hayes, and now Robert Dercon in charge, challenging Simon Hill going up into Druid. Mark Marchant goes all the way round the outside, and he does a Hayden, exactly what Johnny Hayes did, but Hayden gets the top. You know, Johnny Hayes does not give a millimetre anywhere, and that was very clean, crisp. All credit to Mark Marchant and Johnny Hayes. Wonderful racing here, but now the chips are down, and it's now Johnny Hayes with Mark Marchant. I mean, they're close to drop 50.31. That shows the strength of the competition. Here comes Johnny Hayes, easing it out. Mark Marchant comes out wide. But no, this time Johnny Hayes gets across. Oh, and Simon Hill's going up round the outside. Simon gets it off the axe. He's going round the outside. Johnny Hayes, oh dear, waves yellow, and they all drop back into order. I give them full marks there for their conduct there. Simon Hill backed off, so did Mark Marchant. In the heat of the competition, they saw the yellow flags and drew it, and they immediately backed off. And that, unfortunately, really spoiled what was a major high point in this race. But look at this. Johnny Hayes still leading. Mark Marchant in second, but there's a cap on the back of them. But there is a big gap now between Simon Hill and Mark Marchant. But he's still got the race between the two leaders, Johnny Hayes and Mark Marchant. Johnny Hayes has been magnificently so far. Everything right. And I wonder if the drivers are a little bit anxious about the situation with regard to those yellow flags. I give them all marks for the way in which they behave, but they may be suffering from anxiety about whether or not they would be under pressure. 49.86 on the last lap. Here goes Johnny Hayes, and across the line, separating from Mark Marchant in second place. Simon Hill third. Robert Dercon fourth. I have no idea if the first down to feel like a number one, but that's what a splendid race. And now Marchant is right back into the thick of the action. He's right there with Johnny Hayes as they come down through Graham Hill Bend. And go along the straight, looking back to 5th and 6th instead with Paul in number 11 and Richard Mansell in number 15. Up into McLaren goes Johnny Hayes, really pushed, pressurised by Mark Marchant. And I can see that we are going to have a board of some guys who's in 4, and it's number 69, and Johnny Hayes crosses the line, still by Mark Marchant, and Mark Marchant, can he do anything about it at the bottom? It's still. Driver warning flag number 69 and 69. Captain Tipton. Captain, they're not going to back in this time. He's on the island. He's still got that understeer problem. Whitbourne, Richard Mansell, and tracking rate. He's got some oil in that into the Sunderland pressure is. But the potential is still there. And Mark Martin is back on the pressure, I reckon. He's right in the tail now. Where's he going to apply the pressure and try again? He doesn't look at the inside. Johnny Hayden takes the pipeline up to McLaren. And as they come round through Clark, and Lark tries to hang on in there, but they're coming up for the flag. It's going to be Johnny Hayden who takes victory. Oh, and he'll be pleased with that. Mark Martin second, Simon Hill there, Robert Derkhoff in fourth place, Edwin Gordon, Richard Mansell in sixth place.
Absolutely fantastic, John.
Number 2, Michael Williams. Next place, number. That's up. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been talking about there. In fact, Alistair Weston, do I beg your pardon, Alistair? It was in fourth place, not Robert Echo, it was Alistair Weston.
Look at that, eh? God. Well done.
I thought I drove well in.
What a bloody race. It's
There we go. That's done this car. How do I boys? Sorry, it's good just... Yeah, Grandad.
She's smiling now.
Very balanced. Very well balanced. It would come in and when it went
Close it off.
Well, good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in the commentary box just before we resume racing today, this afternoon. You will notice, ladies and gentlemen, that Johnny Hayden in his Formula Ford is coming around the circuit because today, with considerable sadness, I have to tell you, Johnny is retiring. A forced retirement in a way. I asked him why he was retiring, and the answer is that it was for family reasons, and that doesn't mean to say he's run out of money. It means that he's not really going to be allowed to continue to race anymore, not by the wife or daughter or whatever, but because in order to look after their interests, he has to stop racing. Now, to show you his popularity, here is Johnny coming round, being received by all of the marshals, and I think this is a lovely gesture on their part. Johnny is one of our favourites because he's so intense about his motor racing. He gives his best the whole time. He's gutsy, he's competitive. And those of you who have been regulars here at Brands will know that he has survived the slings and arrows of outrageous incidents in motorsport to bounce back, and he is in pole position for the race this afternoon, and I want him to go out there and blast them off the track in the way that we know he can. He's quick in the car. The car is so familiar to us all, those who've raced here and watched the racing here at Brands for the last few years. He's not in the full flash of youth. Whoops, sorry Johnny. But he is one of the genuine nice guys. He regularly rings me from Stavanger in Norway. He regularly rings me from Stavanger in Norway to let me know how he's getting on and what's happening in his life and when he's going to be back. And he used to ring me up and say, oh, I'm so sorry about the incident that happened last Sunday when there was an occasional fracas involving various drivers. And so, you know, he clearly went straight to his heart. And I know it's with very considerable reluctance that he is biting on the bullet and having to give it up. I hope that perhaps one day circumstances will change and Johnny will be able to come back and race again. But I think it is a measure of our appreciation of Johnny here at Brands and by the British Racing and Sports Car Club, and particularly because of his involvement in racing for children. I know that after today's racing, Johnny particularly wants his helmet and overalls to be used to raise money for racing for children. He's actually got an absolutely brand spanking new this year racing suit. It's a 2-layer fireproof racing suit, Sparko. He's got gloves, he's got a new Arai helmet, and that is worth of the order of £1,000. So he wants it to be auctioned or used to raise money for racing for children. But he also wants me at this time to say a big, big thanks to Trevor, to Tony, who've looked after his car, Trevor Styles, who's done some super job. Trevor, been around the place for a long time. Then, of course, to his sponsor, Terry Walker. I don't know whether Terry is here this afternoon, but technically been loyal to him over the years, and it is nice to think that Johnny has the opportunity to go out in this way. Let's hope he is going to go out with, in style, with a race victory this afternoon, because that, I suppose, would be the icing on the cake. I say a race victory this afternoon, but I suppose we should really consider that he's capable of going out with a dual victory this afternoon, because the second round, the second race after this short lunch break is the Kent County Formula Ford 1600 Championship, and then the final race of the afternoon is a similar event. So his last race is going to be the last race of the afternoon, and I hope that many of you will stay and see whether he manages to pull off that magical 2-race victory, which I'm sure would give him much satisfaction. And for a man of his young years, you know, he's just showed that he's not only fast on the track, he's also fast up those 66 steps. I'm glad he's done to do that, you know. Johnny Hayden, first of all, let me shake you by the hand. Johnny, you will know that the marshals held you in high regard, and Denise has, I think, probably organised this, but all of the marshals here want you to have this. It's a card to commemorate your retirement. Equally, I believe that this is for you. It says to Johnny Hayden, thanks for the memories from the officials and marshals of the BRSCC South Eastern Centre. And there's only one condition about receiving this. That is that you go out and you blast this afternoon and you have 2 wins, 2 fastest laps from 2 pole positions, given by Technic. And it's Johnny Hayden starting his final race before retirement. He's won once today. Can he make it 2? I'm quite sure that Pete Hardister is not going to make it easy for him. Pete is definitely there, waiting to strike on the outside of the front row. On the 3rd spot, we haven't got Dave Hardesty. He's missing. Don't know where he is, but he's not on the grid. We then have number 8, Mike Oxley. Oh, here he is. He's just cruising into place right now, and he's just made it before the 1 minute board. So well done, Dave. And Having crossed him off, I shall now put Stet. Always have wondered what Stet means. Somebody will tell me, no doubt. But anyway, Dave Hardesty is there, Mike Oxley on the second row. Then Richard Mansell, number 15, who had a good race in that first Formula Ford race of the day. Then Alan Newell. And then we have 77, Robin Dorr. And alongside him, James Long. So, a couple of Van Diemen RF90s on first and third. Pete Alexander has got a Swift FP91, and Mike Oxley has a Ray 1895, a nice mix and match of manufacturers. Richard Mansell rather, has another Van Diemen RF90, and number 25, Alan Newell, has a Swift SC 93. Back, what else have we got? 77. It looks as though Richard Tarling's car is another of those Van Diemens. 77 has another Van Diemen RF91, but away they go. And yes, he's done it again. Technics Van Diemen into the lead for his last race. There he goes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 off, but all coming back on again, and they all continue. That is amazing for Formula Ford. They're leading a chart like it must be all down to the Johnny Hayden influence. But here he goes along Coop Straight. Pete Alexander, Mike Oxley under pressure from Richard Mansell. Then 75 in fifth place. That's Robin. No, it's not. It's 77. Robin Dorr. I think it might be 75. No, it's Robin Dorr in 77. So he's next up. So, they come round to the completion of the first lap of 12. Final race of this Racing Ahead day. And it is Johnny Hayden leading from Pete Alexander, Mike Oxley, Richard Mansell, then 25 by Gordon, 1925. From 6 Dave Hardesty, then 77 Robin Dorr, then well, I can't see who it is from here. Trying to dive through on the inside. Yes, it's been, I think he's picked up a place there at the expense of Dorr. He's number 25. I see that's 77 ahead of Richard Tarling. So as the rest of the field go through, somebody's on the dirt coming out of Graham Bend, but he manages to blow it back under control. And that, I think, was number 55, Julian Kay. And the order then coming across the line once more. Still, Johnny Hayden, Pete Alexander, Mike Oxley, Richard Mansell, then Alan Newell as well. Starting now. Hayden back up in the 7th place, having taken that place from 77. The last in that so far, Mike Oxley on a 50.25, not a quick race. But it's early days yet, that's early lap 2. I think cruising at the moment, 50.33 second lap times. Well kept from being Alan Newell, looking quite, well, he was a lot slower that time, 50.29 seconds. Perhaps he got involved in that. Here they come on that spot. Spin over there at Airways. Eighth across the line, Alexander, Newell, and Carling is quite quick. And yes, he's just done a 49.41. Jolly at 50.46 with no pressure. So Tarling has given a bit behind his team. Up into fourth place. He is challenging Alan Newell. Alan did a 49.85, so Richard looking as though he's quick. And Alan Newell's back in, trying to get away from him. And enables Richard Tarling to go alongside, and he's through. So, young Tarling moves up into fourth place. Johnny Hayden, Pete Alexander, Alan Newell, Richard Tarling. And in fact, Richard Tarling now third. And Alan Newell fourth. Dave Hardesty fifth. Yes, Dave Hardesty fifth. There's Johnny Hayden. On to his ninth lap. Tarling down third. He's 1.7 Pete Alexander. University up 16-year-old can actually get up into second place. Interesting to see. See through there, red exiting. At the middle of the road, down the hill, turns in by the GK side, long good straight, and wave yellow flag from, yes, somebody out of the car, the X30. That will frustrate the little. Number 75, that is one of the boxes, whether it's Trevor or Mark, I haven't yet worked out. It is Mark Fox. As Hayden and 69 to the Magnum and 60 wins. That is who says that? Definitely right. Peter Bennett, number 69. No, Hayden. And look at Tarling. He's certainly closed that gap for Pete Alexander. Going with him is Alan Newell. So is Dave Hardesty calling all over the back end of Alan Newell. There are still some 2.5 laps to go. Time for a little bit more action. The action behind the race leader as he emerges from Clark Curve on the Brabham Straight. Johnny Hayden up to complete 10 laps. 2 more to go in his racing career. Pete Alexander, Tarling closing. He's down to a gap of 0.64 a second. Can they open up? 9 is Dean Bradford struck a little bit of difficulty here. The fastest lap now down to a 49.31 for Dave Hardesty at 87